There, my name is Ben Worthington, and in this video we're going to look at IELTS Academic Task 1, the general one, and we're going to look at some phrases. We're going to look at the structure of the actual, how you do your writing, and then we're going to look at some IELTS Writing Task 1 samples at the end. Well, I'll give you a link for the samples at the end. Okay, now regarding the structure, this is probably the easiest part, and if you're doing IELTS Task 1 General, then you're in luck, because I think personally this is the easiest part of the writing exam. It's much easier than the academic, and the reason why is because you've got basically you've got the structure already laid out for you. If you've got the 3 bullet points, for example, write a letter of complaint to X company, bam bam bam, write what you're not happy with, write what happened, write what upset you, and write what you expect to be done, for example. Okay, those are the 3 bullet points. Now what you do is you structure your essay just using these, structure your letter using these bullet points. Really simple. Just go write 3 or 4 sentences about the first bullet point, do the same for the second, do the same for the third. Okay? Easy. So your structure is there in front of you. Piece of cake. Now, second part, second reason why it's quite easy is because formal letter writing, and to a certain extent informal letter writing, has its unique language, its unique set of phrases and sentences that are expected. So if you use them, you're not going to lose points. In fact, you're going to gain points by using these expressions. And the good thing is, if you learn the expressions correctly, then you don't have to worry about the grammar when you're using them, because it's just a case of copy pasting and adapting them. So it's really simple. Now what I'll do is I'll go through and I'll give you some of these terms that you should write down. So grab a pen, write them down. This will help you memorize them and help you learn them a little bit better. And then you've got your list, and you can start using them today in the letters that you're writing. Okay, so let's first look at the formal ones. Alright, the formal ones. If you've got a question and it says write a letter to Mr. Jones, the managing director of X company, then use the name. Say, dear Mr. Jones, comma, I'm writing da da da. Alright? If you don't have the names, do not use them. Okay? Don't invent them. You can just say, dear sir or madam, comma, okay? And then you go into what you're writing about the letter, what you're writing in the letter. In this case, you should use a very clear sort of like opening sentence which explains exactly what you're going to do. So, I am writing with regard to a recent product I bought. I'm writing on behalf of my employee. I'm writing to, okay? And then after that, stick in what's necessary, okay? If you're asking for help, you could just say, could you please, blah, 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 okay? Or, I would like it if you could, da, da, da. Or, well, the important thing is to use the modal verbs, okay? If you're asking for information, we can use the sentence, I'm writing to inquire about, bam, 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 okay? If you're apologizing, you could say, I am sorry that, or if you're writing on behalf of the company, you could say, we deeply regret, bam, your experience, da, 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 okay? Set phrases. If you're writing for a job advertisement, if you want to respond to the job advertisement, you could say, I'm writing in relation to a job advertised on Johnson & Johnson website, 23rd of May. Okay? And these are just set phrases that you must use. Okay? You'll pick up points, and not only for using the appropriate language, but it's also grammatically perfect. Okay? Let's carry on. If you're writing a complaint letter, okay, a letter of complaint, you should say, I'm not happy about, or I am writing to express my dissatisfaction with and then you close, and then you introduce what you're unhappy about, obviously. Now, to close the letter, once again, same language, okay? If you require any further information, okay, you could say, if you require any further information, please do not hesitate to contact me, okay? Or, I'm looking forward to your reply. Okay, I'm looking forward to your comments on the matter. Okay, once again, get a list of all these phrases. Hopefully you've got your own list in front of you. Write them all down, memorize them, start using them, and you'll see that writing task 1, general writing task 1 is not difficult. Now, I'll give you some tips regarding writing formal letters and the informal letters, and then I'll give you a link for the samples, okay? So first of all, if you are writing a formal essay, a formal letter, remember to use will and not going to. And this is important because going to is used more in your spoken English, okay? Whereas will is more formal, and you'll see it more especially in business letters, okay? So use will. Point number 2, do not use contractions. Contractions are more for your spoken English as well, okay? And be careful, once you've finished writing, go back through your essay and just check that you haven't used a contraction. Go through, and if you have, then separate it into 2 separate words. This is really important, okay? Because it's very easy to be unconscious of the fact that you have written it down, because what you're basically doing is putting words which are in your mind, and in your mind you probably think with contractions. It's kind of strange, but you need to go back and correct those errors, okay? Now, the final point, is, I touched on it briefly before, is use the modal verbs if you're asking for help, or asking for information, or asking for advice. The modal verbs are more polite, okay? So for example, if you do not say, I want information regarding product XYZ. No. I would like some information regarding product XYZ. Okay? Now the final point is, if you are writing an informal essay, an informal letter, okay, make sure you do not use that vocabulary in the language that I just gave you, okay? What you need to do is make it very familiar. So for example, if you get the task, write a letter to a friend asking for information about a university course at the city, okay, or being offered at their local university. In this case, lots of familiarity, okay, lots of contractions, use different tenses, use going to, for example, and yeah, just jump in there with 2 feet, more or less, okay? So you could say, hey, Maria, exclamation mark, okay? How's things at your end? A little bit of an expression there. How's things at your end? Hope all's good, okay? Lots of contractions there. Hope all is good. No, hope all's good. Hope all's good with the family and your boyfriend, whatever. Full stop, okay? I'm planning to come up to Aberdeen next year, and I was wondering if you've got any information about the university course XXX, okay? And basically you're going to write it as though you were having a conversation with the person in front of you, okay? So don't worry about the contractions, and yeah, when you're closing the letter, just put something like, keep in touch, exclamation mark, all the best, Ben, whatever, okay? And you could even put the PS, say hi to Barry for me, or whatever, okay? But just to show the examiner that you know how to write an informal letter, and you are comfortable using sort of like native English expressions, you basically know the language to use. Okay, now if you want the samples, you can sign up to IELTSPodcast.com and you'll find a big PDF there, lots of letter writing samples, examples and lists of phrases, and very useful. Okay, and also remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel and you'll get updates. Lots more videos to come. Okay, take care and have a good day. Jump from band 6 to 7 or it's free. The sentence guide is the answer if you need to pass IELTS fast. Why? Because together we cover the 2 essential skills you need to pass the IELTS exam. Your IELTS exam skills and your English language skills. You get easy to follow instructions which eliminate confusion, frustration, and it makes organising your thoughts really easy. And to improve your English language skills, you send in your essays to me or my team and we give you feedback showing you how to improve your lexical resource, showing you the errors you might have made, and this practically guarantees that you improve and pass the IELTS exam. Click below to listen to the other students, see what they've said, and then join me together and we can pass IELTS. Okay, speak soon.